What's up, everyone? My name is Ines, and today we are back at the Kigali Kaftan head store.
So what else she's doing? That's what am I supposed to be doing?
Today we are doing the second of edition.
Is it?
What's up, everyone? My name is Ines, and today we are back at the Kigali Kaftan headquarters. Today we're doing a second edition of our Threads of Wisdom series, and today we're specifically going to be looking at our very first intern,
Ziza Obadia.
Ziza Obadia. Look, did you hear how cool that name sounds? Ziza was our intern for about a month or so during the summer season. And she has been such a delight to have, and we are having her back today because we wanted to give you guys an insight into what it's like to work with the team and the things that we do behind the scenes, and most importantly, the things that we hope she has learned from all of us. And yeah, so we're gonna get a little look at what her experience was. Okay, so usually whenever we have our team meetings, the first thing we do is an icebreaker. So, Zisa, I want you to tell us, what do you think is an item in our store that has the best personality?
I think out of all the pieces, the kimonos are the best because they have like so many. It's like a range, and like each person can have one that fits their personality. So I think the kimonos are probably my choice.
Y'all heard that? If you don't have a kimono yet,
get one.
Exactly. What are you doing with your life? How has working with Kigali Kaftan influenced your perception on creativity and entrepreneurship?
I think what it's showed me the most is that it's like you shouldn't only focus on the creative part. It has a lot of dimensions, like the business aspect, and that's what I didn't get before. But working here helped me see all the like how there's a team, and each person in the team has what they need to do to make the dream work. So yeah. It taught me that even though you're an entrepreneur, it doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. You should have a team.
And she called it a dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, that's exactly what we live by. So one of the important initiatives to ensure that Ziza was learning from the team, but also we were learning from her, we obviously assign different types of projects, different types of tasks, just so she has a better understanding of how do we operate in the store, how does creativity come into every aspect, how do you have to think sometimes logically and or mathematically for every single thing that you're doing. Every product you need to think about, things like the return on investment, how you're gonna market it. So Ziza did a really, really incredible thing, and she introduced us to a product of hers, which are handmade jewelry, and we're so excited to release them to the public, even though they are here in the store. But I would like for you to let us know, how did you come up with this idea, and how did it feel introducing it to the team and to the store?
Okay, so I've been doing like handmade jewelry with beads since I was like 11, 12. So it's always been a hobby of mine since primary school. I used to just do it for fun or for my friends. And like, let's say I put on an outfit, I'm like, oh, something with this color would go well with this, and then I'll just go make it. So I never really thought of it as a business until my mom, she's the one who encouraged me. She was like, people like your stuff. Every time we go somewhere, they're like, oh, who made that? I'm like, I made it. And she's like, see, there's potential there for you to make something out of this. So then she introduced me to the KK team, and you guys also like made me believe that actually people would want this. So I was like, okay, let's turn this into a business. And introducing it here made me feel like my talent is not just like a hobby, like it actually means something and people would enjoy the product. So it's kind of like a realization that this could turn into something real. So yeah, it was a good experience. It made me feel really good. Yeah.
So obviously we're gonna introduce you guys to the product in a little bit and show you how Ziza works through it with our amazing shop manager, Shaida. But I would like for you to tell us what was an obstacle or a challenge that you faced working in the store, and how did you approach it?
I'd say the thing that challenged me the most would be the customer care aspect. Like, because when I was here as an intern, I was supposed to help Shaida welcome the customers, show them around, tell them the pricing, everything. And I don't consider myself a people person, but I learned that that's actually something that you need to learn as a creative and as someone who wants to share their creations with the world. So I was like, okay, it took me a while, it took a few weeks to get my footing, but eventually I learned how to talk to the customers, welcome them, make them feel, welcome in the store. And I got a lot of help from Shaida. She showed me how to approach them, how to smile at them and everything so they don't feel intimidated or anything. So yeah, I think that was my biggest challenge, but I overcame it, and I wouldn't consider myself the most people person, but I'm definitely better than when I first came.
I feel like that's a common story for so many of us. I mean, every time people ask us the story of how every single one of us joined the team, the first thing is we are not a people person. Some of us are, some of us absolutely cannot become a people person, but it's definitely been like a major part of everybody's learning experience to become a people person, because I think essentially the people make the product.
Exactly.
Yeah. The why we learn to be better at what we do. So obviously when you're selling like a physical product and you have a physical location, you do have a couple of slow days and slow months. How did you guys make use of those slow days?
So most of the time, that would just give me more time to work on my beads and my jewelry. So I would sit behind the desk with Shaida and I would make some stuff. I would be like, oh, ask for her opinions. She tries them on because she was actually my test subject most of the time. So if I'm making like a necklace, I would try it on her so we see how it looks from like another person's perspective. Because when I'm making them by myself, I always use myself as the test subject, but it was way easier when I can see it from someone else, like how it looks in someone else. So that's the majority of what we did when we were here on slow days. It was actually really fun. We'd talk and just create. Yeah.
I want to be here for that. Y'all sound like you have so much fun in here.
We did.
So, in what ways do you think that this internship has prepared you for future opportunities or future experiences, whether it's in business, fashion, or just generally as a person?
So I think it's given me the opportunity to, like I said, learn about customer care, which is a very vital thing that I needed to learn. But also it showed me how I need to learn how to not only create, because as an artist, it's really hard to price my work and everything. That's another challenge that I dealt with. But with the team, they helped me figure out that in order for you to, to sell your products, you have to know their worth. So it helped me to, as I make something, I see what did I use, because usually I just do it just for fun. But now I learned to sort of join the creative part with the business part, and that's an experience that I think will help me a lot in the future.
Oh my God. The fact that we all had a hand in this is so inspiring. But I have one last question, and this is actually my favorite question. If you were to create a Kigali Kaftan uniform for the team, what is something unique or quirky or like a fun accessory that you would add to it, knowing the story of the product, the colors, and the materials that we use?
So actually, I think I would probably make us all matching bracelets, to be honest. That was my favorite thing to do. Like, even when I started, that's what I started doing. I used to be like, oh, let's make friendship bracelets, let's matchy, and it's a uniform at the end of the day, so it's gonna match. So yeah, I feel like that would be so cute. I just love when people have matching accessories. I find it really cute. I'll probably add different things for each person, but at the end of the day, it would be very similar. Yeah, that's probably what I'd add.
Amazing. So before we leave, we want you to take a look at the amazing stuff that Ziza has made for us and just get an insight into what it's been like so far.